everybody, welcome back. I'm going to set up my On the Go Folio today, so I thought I'd film it while I do it. I've just had all these bits arrive and I've done an unboxing video, so if you want to watch that one, I will link it in the description box below. If I can work out how to do the clever linky thing in the corner, I will, but that might be beyond my capabilities. So I'm going to set this up today with you. I'm just going to pop all these bits to one side, but before I do, just to show you what's going in, I've got some compliment cards. I've got some adhesive pockets to go in the front and back. I've also got a folio slip to go in so that I can put the compliments cards in here, stickies and things like that. So that's going to go in as well. I've got a Erin Condren stencil which is attached to my stickies. A stencil which I'm going to be popping in as well. You can show that on the dark better, which is just a little flimsy thing, but that's going to go into that pocket there. I've got some stickies which I want to carry with me. I've got a dashboard so that when I am using the daily planner, I've still got a week overview. So this is the new layers dashboard, but what I'm going to do is I will just trim this bit off, and the same again here with the stickies. I'll just trim these bits off eventually so that they sit flat, but I won't do that on this setting up video just to make it a bit quicker. So priorities to do, and then a weekly overview. I've got a daily planner to go in. I've got the new monthly, which starts in July, which is going to go in. And then I've got 2 dot grid journals to go in. So I'm going to pop all this stuff to one side and then we'll get going with getting set up. So I'm going to stick my sticky pockets in first, just because that makes the most sense, I think. So let's pop that to one side. So I've got just the charcoal, and I got it personalised with my initials on the front. They do mark a little bit where the elastic goes, but I think over time when you're moving it and things, that will wear off. It's just that it's been shipping for a week and had no pressure against it to pull it any other way. So you get your bands in the middle, and quite often when I see these videos, they're quite uneven, so they will work themselves out eventually, but you can just sort of pull them through to even them up a bit. But I am never any good at this to get them even, so it's something that's a lot easier when you've got the books in, so it might be a case of fiddling in a minute. Right, so let's get started with these pockets. I'm trying to make sure that you can see. I'm filming in a slightly different location to what I used to for an old YouTube channel that I had. So this is all not new to me filming for YouTube, but it's definitely something I've not done in many years. So I'm just going to line that up with the corner, not right on the edge, but close to, and then see how much of a gap that gives me up there, so I can get that fairly straight. And then what I'm going to do is work my way across so that I don't get any air bubbles, because I've seen some people do these videos and they just whack them down, and I'm really not sure how they manage it without air bubbles. They're like some sort of magician. So we're just going to stick that down so that we've got it nice and even. Just checking my edges are even. It's very hard when you're doing this and you're trying to watch through a camera to make sure you've got it straight, and you're trying to do it in real life, if you know what I mean. Are we there? Are we there? Are we there? I think. There we go. First sticky pocket down. So just make sure that's all really well stuck onto the folio. Make sure we've got absolutely no air underneath. So now that's stuck on, what that gives you is a pocket which you can use to slot things in, whether that's stickers or papers or anything you want to. I get quite a lot of, well, not at the moment in lockdown, but normally I get quite a lot of receipts for the job that I do, or paperwork for events and things that are going on. So I was just going to pop that in there, but obviously being in lockdown and the strange times that we're all in at the moment, I'm at home, so that's not going to be something I'm going to need for quite a while. which is good because it means I can use it for fun things like sticky notes instead, and stickers and all those nice things that are much nicer than business receipts. So same again on this side, lining up with the corner. I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting it even to the other side as well. Not that you'll really see these together because obviously you'll have your books in, but I just want to try, sorry, sniffing right close to the camera. Try and get these as even as I can, and that is not even on that side. There we go, that's a bit better. Is that coming away? Yeah. Now the thing is, these are extremely sticky, so I feel like if you don't get this right the first time you really go for it, it's going to be quite hard to reposition. Right, I think you're better off going up one edge first and then the other. No, that is leaning on that, which is making that hard. There we go. Obviously you could get a credit card or something like that if you wanted to, but it seems to be working okay with just my fingers pressing it down. And when you've got your tie underneath, it makes it quite hard. There we go. So that is well and truly stuck down. So I've got my two pockets in there, which is good. Right. Now, even though I've got those two pockets, I still want to use one of these because it's got the holder for the compliment cards. It's got extra slots in here. And for a daily planner and how busy normally, again, lockdown, it's changing things quite a lot, but given how busy normally I am with just everyday bits and pieces and work and things, the more storage the better as far as I'm concerned. So that's just going to slot in there to give me the extra pockets on those ones as well. Now, just to show you, I've got I've got all of the compliment cards here, so for the new layers set, and they just slot in to the pockets like so, which eventually, and also not on camera because it's private information, but I will eventually be putting like my business cards in here. So I'll have two filled with compliments and then one filled with my business cards, so I've got business cards on me whenever I go out. And then two pockets here, which I'm not sure what I'm going to put in those yet, but always good to have extra storage. Oh, we've missed one. Let's pop him in there. So those ones in there. And then I've got the stencil, which I'm just going to slot. Actually, I think it'll be easier to get to in the back pocket. I'm just going to pop that one in there, so that's ready to use. Now I don't know how much this was, I really need to look up the price, but it is exceptionally flimsy and very thin, if you can see just how flimsy and thin this is, which I was quite surprised about. I really thought, given like how thick the snap-in rulers are for, well, even on the stylized stickies, look how thick this, I was expecting this plastic for this stencil, but it's really not. So that's a bit of a strange one, but we'll go with it. I will eventually cut these off, but just for now, just to show you the setup, these are going to go in here, but I will trim that off to get it to sit a little flusher in the front pocket. Then we're going to start with the books, so we're just going to start loading them up into the bands. So I've got the daily that's going in first. Now what you need to do is just find the middle of the book. So if you hold the book up to the end and then just sort of let it fall, you'll find the page that's got the stitching in the middle. You just want to slot that into your first band and ease it along. One book in. Now I know it doesn't start until July, but this is going to be the one that I'm going to whip out if I'm not going to carry my whole folio on me. Say I've I don't know, going out to an event or something and I'm not carrying a full handbag, I'll take this one because it's got the months, so I can do the basic planning, and then it's got notes pages. So I've kind of got the very bare basics of what I need on me, just in an everyday book in this one. So this will be the one that I slide in and out. So again, find the middle with your stitches. Yes, if I'm not going to carry my whole folio on me, I feel like that's the one that's going to be my sort of lightweight version, if you like, which I'm really excited about because it makes it a bit more versatile. It means I can, you know, carry a full planner on me for the days I want to carry a full planner, and then if I need to slim down and just carry a small bag for whatever reason, then I've got the option to. Next step, we've got the Kaleidoscope. Again, this is just a dot grid journal. So middle seam, and in it goes. And then, oh, sorry, knock the camera. We've got one of the focused edition journals, and again, that's dot grid. But you do get a nice index page at the front, and all the pages are numbered, so you can make a nice little index/contents page for yourself. Now, when you're putting these in, just be careful to not push too hard against the top because you might ruffle your pages up. So, and also that is extremely tight, which means there's a band in there somewhere. That is too loose. So if you just pull on them gently, they do tend to give a bit. But when they've been in the Petite folios for a while, they sort of stretch themselves out again. I've got another Petite folio, which isn't an everyday one. It's more of a home one that's just for journaling, like private journaling and things like that. So, and I loved it so much, I wanted to get myself one for everyday bits and pieces. But I do know from having that one that the more you sort of lift it in and out, the more these bands work themselves out. Oh, there we go. That seems to have made it give a little bit. That's a bit better. And then what I'm going to do is, today is Monday. Now I've got this on a bit of a discount because this is April to June, but we are actually in May. So it was on a bit of a discount, but I wanted to wait until the new monthly planners came out. So that's where we are for today. So I'm just going to use my dashboard as my weekly overview on the daily, so that there's no sort of nasty surprises. I love daily planning, but I don't know if you're like me, you know, I'd be on the Monday and then all of a sudden I'd forget there's something on Thursday until I got to Tuesday and turned over for Wednesday. Do you know what I mean? So that's my daily overview. So we're going to pop that in as my book marker, and I'm hoping that this plan's going to work out. That is going to be quite long. Midway, maybe? So I'm going to trim this down eventually. And that does stand up quite tall. I was really hoping it wasn't going to be quite so tall. We may rethink that. Well, if you put it in the top and the bottom, it's not so bad. But if you sit it that way, that's how much you're sticking out the top, which is a lot. And I was really hoping that was going to fit better. Well, we're in lockdown. I'm not going anywhere for a long time yet, so we'll see how we get on. But with all of those bits in, you can see just how chunky that is. To be honest, yes, it is chunky, but a life planner is way chunkier than that, I feel, and a lot bigger. So I'm really pleased with that. I'm really looking forward to using it. So that's my setup. I hope you enjoyed this video, and it's given you an insight into all the sort of extra bits and pieces that you can get and how you can get this set up. The thing I really love about the folios is they are completely your own. So you can buy meal planning books, budgeting books. You can also, if you want to do this on the cheap, these are $20, $5 if you want to personalise. You can order insert books, the Petite books, for $14 each, although if they are ones where you're already in the date, they do tend to reduce them. But if you want to do this on the cheap, I'm in the UK, if you can't tell from my accent, so these are A5. So if you have Sainsbury's, Tesco's, Asda, any of your supermarkets, or anywhere that you can get A5 books, they will fit. So as an example, this is just a cheap A5 journal book, lined page journal book that I got from Sainsbury's, I believe, and it was super, super cheap. So if you want to do this on a bit of a budget and you don't want to fork out for all of the insert books and you want to just use it for journaling or things like that, these do fit. In fact, they are exactly the same size. So if you wanted to do it for a slightly cheaper version, obviously the paper quality isn't as good as the Erin Condren ones. You won't have well, you may be able to find a date one, but you won't have the same, obviously, the Erin Condren effect. But if you wanted to do it for a cheaper budget and try it out before you invest in spending a lot of money on all of this stuff, go to your local supermarket or order online just an A5 journaling book and you can give it a try. Hope that helps, and I will see you in my next video. Any comments or any feedback you want to leave, please do in the comments. I always like chatting to people in the comments about all their planning community stuff, so please do. I'll link everything which I have purchased in the description box as well to make it easy for you to find. Hope that helps. Speak to you soon. Cheers, bye.